cold, so don't mind me with the hoodie again because it's freezing and I refuse to put the heat on yet because I'm not ready for a $400 or $500 bill. So we're gonna do Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi, and what's going on because I find it interesting, I find it fascinating, and I really want to know what's going on. So let me cleanse these cards. I hope everybody is doing well this Saturday morning. I'm still not feeling very well, but that's why I cleanse myself before this reading. I don't need any of this stuff attached. I just find what is going on. Good morning. I'm gonna cleanse these cards real fast. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm gonna cleanse some of these cards. And then today I'm also going to try to that iPad that. Good morning. Hey, Teen. I'm up early and I'm going to do this Paul Pelosi thing because I find it fascinating. Let me cleanse these cards real fast. The cards that I need to kind of cleanse. So I want to do. Have you heard about the Paul Pelosi thing, Tina? Oh, why do I have my remote up here? Yeah, see? So I'm fine. You're probably going to be the only one because it's like almost 8 o'clock in the morning here. And I just remembered to put my battery on the charger for my video camera. So it's still dead. So I said, let me go live. And because this whole thing is making me go, So what everybody is in the news. What day did this happen? Oh, let me just see. Was it Friday or Thursday that the news reported? Mind you, there's the news and then the police report, right? The police. I watched some of the police statement afterwards, and I found it very telling. And some of the things that they didn't say, and a lot of things that they didn't say, what the it looks like the news reporting is reporting something completely different. So when it all happened, you had the libs going crazy, talking about this is a continuation. You heard that in the news media, the continuation of January 6th. You got the conservatives too busy apologizing to start looking at the facts and trying to understand what's going on. So Paul Pelosi at 2:30 in the morning, almost approximately, somewhere, I think it was like 2:27. The police, this is what from the police statement. The police said they got a call, not from Paul, from someone, a priority A welfare check, which makes me go, First of all, who called for a welfare check? And why would they call for a welfare check? If this was just an isolating, like random thing, why would someone think at 2:30 this someone needs to go check? Okay, I want to understand that. When the police said when they got there, both Paul and the so-called intruder had a hammer. So what the hell were they both doing with the hammer? That's another thing. Another thing that they reported, good morning, everybody. Another thing that they reported was that they're charging them with, I guess, attempted murder, this and that, but also elder abuse. That was telling too. That made me go, elder abuse. So I want to see what is the definition of elder abuse, because as a nurse, I know what elder abuse, our definition is. It's like because we have a relationship or a family member has a relationship with that elderly person and we abuse them financially, physically, emotionally, whatever, that's considered elder abuse. But is it considered elder abuse when the perpetrator and the so-called victim don't know each other? So let me just look. Let's see. But nobody seems to be asking these questions. And I don't know why I still watch Tim Pool. I think it's because I like to yell at the TV sometimes. And there's nothing on YouTube anymore. YouTube used to be very fun, used to have all different vast opinions. Now it's like a narrow scope. And, I think out of all the clucks that are on YouTube, Tim Pool is, to me, I don't find him a conservative. I don't find him a conservative. I find him more of a fence setter. So, okay, what is elder abuse? Let me just see what they consider elder abuse. I don't want. See, all these. Let's see. Oh, let me see, because this is telling me. I want the definition. Sorry about that. See, any known intentional, the ACL, the government programs, elder abuse, any known intentional or neglect act by a caregiver or any other person that causes harms or risk to a vulnerable adult. So, maybe it could be anybody. Maybe it could be anybody. Maybe I'm just thinking, oh, it says trusted. It says by trusted others. So people that were a trust by a caregiver or any other person, a trusted other to a vulnerable adult. So he's 82. It's 2:30 in the morning. The news said, these are the news stations, said someone broke in and busted the window to get in into the house, but I don't remember hearing that in the police. The police didn't say that. You had the other news talking about how that this was politically motivating as a continuation of January 6th, this and that. I didn't hear the police say that, right? Then you have the conservatives too busy, like, at first apologizing. Oh, we're sorry. We don't condone this, just in case it was a conservative. And then later on saying, hey, I think this man's in the Green Party and has a pride flag. Okay, so it's like, huh? So first, we know that Paul Pelosi, just a few months ago, which, you know how hard it is to find that picture of him drunk? I tried to find it for a minute. Couldn't find it. So he got a drunk drive-in not that long ago, right? And then they showed the image. Also, we know that, you guys make sure whoever's here, do a thumbs up. Then we also know that he gets people are talking about him and getting like inside information in regards to his deals and so forth. So we're going to look at what his is. His birth cards. First, we're going to look at Nancy. All right. So Nancy's information, her birth cards is the Chariot in the Tower. She has very masculine energy. We might not see it because whatever, but she does have masculine energy and very stubborn energy. We can probably see that how she's been Speaker of the House and how she's acted. So she's the Chariot in the Tower. So the problem with the Chariot in the Tower is because they can get laser focused. And once they make a decision, they're so stubborn, they don't look at any other possibilities. They go full steam ahead, damn the consequences. And that's where the Tower event happens. Instead of looking at plan A, plan B, plan C, maybe this happened, they come to their own determination, go full steam ahead, and they're not changing their mind. They don't care if everything burns around them. If it all blows up in their face, they get stubborn and they go full steam ahead. And their point on this planet is to learn not to be stuck in your ways, that you're going to have to, reach out to this side, try to be a little bit more lenient, look at other directions. Don't be so stubborn, because you will stop so many Tower events from happening. Okay, this year is her strength in the star. This year is her overcoming. While she's in the political light. Overcoming. Next year, it's not so good for her. It's the hermit and the moon. So she may have some, maybe her cognitive ability may be jeopardized next year. Who knows? She may feel isolated next year. She may have some behavior issues. She may have some isolation. She may have some depression. She may have some emotional issues next year. Okay, we got Paul Pelosi now. Paul Pelosi is the lovers and the devil. The lovers and the devil. It's not that they're bad people. They're not. They're probably the most loving people. Too loving. To their own detriment. So the problem with the lovers and devil is that their choices. Sometimes they don't know how to make a choice. They have so many things. They want to touch everything and feel everything. And they always have that grass is greener on the other side type of thought process. Like, I have this, but what if I do this? Will it be better? They also have kind of like, they look for love and validation from other people, not from themselves. So they're constantly looking for validation and love, right? So this can cause a lot of issues. This can cause ego issues. This can cause drug, alcohol, vices, addiction issues. A lot of lovers and devils have addiction issues, whether that's addicted to love, drugs, alcohol, sex, this and that, right? Because they're always trying to find that validation. They're always trying to find that love from other people to them physically or emotionally. This year he's so stubborn that he's about to blow everything up. This year is his cheer-eating tower, where he's going full steam ahead, damn the consequences. So what we kind of heard, I'm not sure if it's true, but they're saying that this guy who got arrested is from the Green Party, which is not a conservative. That I would think they were more liberal, because the Green Party, isn't that like environmental issues and stuff? All right. And they said that he has a pride flag. Like so is he gay? Is he a person that's gay? Or is he just, supporting them? That's one of the questions. Because it would be interesting if he is gay. Why is he at Paul Pelosi's house at 2:00 in the morning? What day was this? Let me just see what day it is. When I go live, I kind of ramble. But we're going to get into the read-in. Let's see. Paul Pelosi, when did the assault happen? Paul Pelosi. Okay, let's see. When did this happen? The first things that you pop up when you look up Republicans are using Paul Pelosi attack to target Democrats on crime. When did this happen? Let me just get one of these. See if they tell me. It happens to be MSNBC. Friday. So early Friday. Okay, this happened. And they said it's not like Paul called. They said someone called from the outside, and they deemed it a priority A call of a priority A call for a welfare check. That doesn't make sense. So who called? And why were they calling for a welfare check? And how come when the police said they got there, they didn't scream anything about where's Pelosi, as some of the news are reporting like it was like on January 6th. They didn't say anything about that. They said when the police got there, Paul had a hammer, the guy had a hammer. They took both of them to the hospital because both of them had injuries. So, how did two hammers? How did they both each have a hammer? I'm trying to understand this. It's kind of weird. Okay. At 82, and you guys know the elderly are my favorite people. So I'm very, I was a geriatric nurse for 20 years. Elderly people are my people. I love them. I'm an advocate for them. I love them. Not saying that there should be at 82 years old, nobody should be assaulting this 82-year-old man, period, right? But what is else going on? All right, so we're going to put the energy around Paul and this attack. Okay. Did they have a prior relationship? Do they know each other? And who called? And where was security? I mean, they live in this like multi-million-dollar. I would think because she gets followed with Secret Service. Does the family not get followed with? She's like the third person in line. Is she the third person in line for the presidency? Doesn't the family get Secret Service? I'm trying to understand how this happened, and I still want to know who called. Because it wasn't Paul who called. So who called for a welfare check at 2:30 in the morning? All right, so let's see. Paul Pelosi. Let's see what's going on in regards to this assault. The energy around creation. And not to say anything, I could be. This is like a week. This is like the midterms. Is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday? The midterms are coming up. Is it this Tuesday or is it next Tuesday? It's usually on the 3rd, but the 3rd this month is on a Wednesday. I have to look it up because I got to remember to vote. So I got to look it up so I can get there to vote 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just find that the timing is strange. I also find that it was Nancy Pelosi's husband. Strange. It was strange. Do I put it past? Because it also we're used to October surprises. Is this an October surprise? What's going on here? So what's weird as this card comes up, it was a creation. So was this what happened was created by someone or himself? A problem in the making, something that he created himself, or someone else created this incident? So the first card I said the energy around was creation. So it could be where, hey, I was partying with this guy, I brought this guy home, I created this problem myself. Not saying that he should have been assaulted or anything like that, right? Or was it an outside force that created this problem for him? Let's see the energy. Let's see where he is. It's going to take a lot of strength to get through this. He's in a very vulnerable state right now. I think they said he had brain surgery and stuff like that. So he needs to like come through. So, and you know me, I do have a conspiracy hat. The intuitive person inside me, when my antennas go ding ding ding, I it's like something's not right about this whole situation. I do have a kind of conspiracy because when you see beyond the veils, you see things aren't just right. Like you don't take anything at face value. I think that's the hard part about being intuitive and empathetic, you know, and all this stuff is because you don't take things at face value. And then when you understand the occult and then you understand symbology, you kind of like look at things like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What does this mean? So hi everybody, you guys just came. So we're talking about the whole Paul Pelosi thing. Good morning. And I'm just like, I had a couple of questions, so I'm just now pulling out some cards. I'm on my second card. But the whole thing has left me with a lot of questions. First of all, who's the person who called the police at 2:30 in the morning? They said they got a call for a priority A welfare check at 2:30 in the morning. So who called? Paul Pelosi and them didn't call, right? Second, they're charging him with elder abuse too, on top of attempted murder, but elder abuse. That kind of makes me think of a prior relationship that maybe they know each other, because usually as a nurse, I think of elder abuse. I deal with elder abuse when I was working in that field. It's like a caregiver, a family member, a friend assaults or beats or takes advantage of emotionally, financially, physically, sexually of an elderly person, right? So did this person have a pre-existing uh, a pre-existing relationship, right? And they both had hammers. The police said when the police got there, they both had hammers. Well, first of all, where do these hammers come from? Who just has a hammer? Do you know how long it will take me to find a hammer? Where did I put the hammer? I think it's in the basement. How long it would take for me to find a hammer for both these people to have a hammer, and they both have injuries from hammers. They both were sent to the hospital. Who has hammers at 2:30 in the morning? If I'm asleep in bed, and at a time I was a little, especially when I worked at a state, I would sleep with a knife underneath my mattress or something, like, not a hammer. Or you have a baseball bat. Us in the hood always have a baseball bat by the door of our room and by the front door. Always had the baseball bat. So who the hell has a hammer? Just to, like, right now, if my brother came here or someone came and said, right, I need a hammer, it would take me a few hours to figure out where I put it last. So just for them both to have a hammer, I'm trying to understand this hammer thing, right? So these are the questions. Not by what the news reported. I'm going by what the police reported, because what the police are reporting and what the news speculation is completely different. All right? So it's telling me that the first card I put up was a creation, the energy around. So whether he created this problem himself or someone from the outside created this problem. I also find the timing in October, as it's October surprise this month. Our election, is it this week or next week? This Tuesday or next Tuesday? Because usually on the 2nd or the 3rd. But it's usually on the 3rd. But this year, the 3rd is on a Wednesday. So I think it's either this week or next week. I gotta look it up. So I'm seeing right now he needs strength to overcome. So he's in a vulnerable strength, and it's gonna take a lot of inner strength to overcome what happened, his physical assault, and also maybe mental. It's going to take a lot to overcome. What was judgment? I wish you guys were here earlier, because I went over his birth cards. He's the Lovers and the Devil. So that tells me, he can have infidelity issues. He can have addiction issues, So the cross to bear with his strength is judgment. So the people are watching this. So that's going to interfere with him trying to overcome. And I don't put it past these people. Can Nancy use this to gain her sympathy for the party? Because you remember when they first reported it, they were reporting it that like it was a conservative that went out and assaulted this man. It was a continuation of January 6th. So, public opinion, judgment. Public opinion is going to deal with him overcoming this. Underneath it all is law and order. Law and order. So, law and order is underneath all of this. This doesn't make sense. So why would law and order? I could see he was assaulted. But what else did they find there? Were these people drinking? Was there drugs involved? Why is law and order underneath it all? To deal with the public opinion? Also him overcoming this to get better. So on the bottom of everything that has a leading voice is law and order. Remember, the energy around is creation. He's been drinking a lot, especially in the last year. It's caused an imbalance in him. He's been drinking a lot. So the first time that he got that DUI, he's been drinking a lot. I think he may have an alcohol problem. He's been drinking a lot, and it affects his emotions a lot. On his mind, he's heartbroken. What are you heartbroken about? Are you heartbroken because this was a stranger and you were feeling assaulted? Or if this is someone that you knew and loved that assaulted you, he's heartbroken right now. This has broken him physically, mentally, emotionally. I don't think he'll be the same guy he once was. Whether that this assault did some physical, they're saying that he's going to get a full recovery. But this assault that's happening is going to have lingering issues, long-standing issues, whether it's to his physical self, emotional self, spiritual self. Page of Cups. I'm thinking it was drinking. This guy. Drinking, also love. Drinking, also was this guy, and I don't understand. I don't know if this is true. Was he and this guy drinking? Because the news reported this guy broke into the house, but that's not what the police are reporting. The police didn't say anything about who broke in and how did they get in there. And I'm still thinking, this is Nancy Pelosi's husband. Isn't he protected with Secret Service too? Right? So he's brokenhearted over this younger man. And I don't know if there's an emotional connection between him, because this guy is younger than him. It could be the end of that relationship with this young guy. It could be that Paul is thinking that this is the end of him, as in death, is that he's at death's door, which you're saying he's going to make a full recovery. Maybe Paul's worried about death. Maybe he's worried about the end of this relationship. I want to see if they knew each other, him and this guy, prior. The world, the end. Message. Ace. This is a tower event. It's like all going through. People are watching it. His own aggression, sex, whatever is going to be the downfall of everything. I don't know what this guy's name is. Let me see this guy. I don't know what his name is. I just want to see the energy around this guy who assaulted Paul. Good morning, everybody. If you guys have questions, put them there. I'm looking up occasionally. I just got up early. I just realized that I didn't charge my battery. I went and charged it. So you probably won't see me live for a little while. This is probably the last time y'all see me live. I just didn't charge my battery. And I woke up this morning with all these questions. I'm seeing this, and it just makes me go, So the guy who assaulted him, he was on the quest. So we had Paul, that it was a creation. The energy around him was a creation, whether it was his creation or someone outside creation. Then for this guy, he was on a quest. Did someone tell him to do this? Or did he feel he had this calling from something to have him do this? He felt like this was a quest. Strange. Is this just a random crazy guy that just came and broke? Because the news, like I said, the news is saying that he came in and said, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? But that's not what the police reported. The police reported that someone called for a welfare check. If someone's assaulted, when you call 911, I want to hear who called. Why won't they release that 911 tape? I know I'm cynical at my middle age. I'm cynical. I don't believe nothing the news tells me anymore. Okay, so this guy. This is a choice he made. Were they lovers? Was he a lover? Because remember, they said, and I don't even know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for another woman. They said that this guy, and I don't know if this is true because I don't believe no news, he had a pride flag in front of his house. The guy. He was part of the Green Party. I don't know if that's true, but a pride flag, is he just representing or is he gay? Because this is a card, the first card that came up was the Lover's card is about choices. Also, this is sex. Were they lovers? I'm losing people. Maybe they're like, damn. I don't know. Is it either a choice? The energy around him was a quest. Did they know each other before? Were they lovers? I don't know. Someone orchestrated this. Remember, the creation card for Paul Pelosi was the creation. That's telling me the magician orchestrating it. He was on the quest. Did someone orchestrate him to do this? I'm not even saying it's someone. It could be a little thought in their head that someone orchestrated him to do this. It could be gremlins in the closet told him to do this. Who knows? And we also know that there is technology out there that can put signals and thoughts in people's heads and things in people's heads to go out and do these things. But the whole elder abuse thing makes me think that they're charging him with elder abuse. It makes me think that there was a pre-existing relationship because it's elder abuse. The cop said, was he a homeless guy? That's not what I watched the police I watched the police do they have another do they have another public I can't even think. What is wrong with my brain? This drives me crazy. Do they have another response? Because that's not what the cops said. The cops said they didn't tell you if they knew each other. They didn't tell you how he got in there. The reporters were asking. They just made a brief 9-minute statement. And they said someone called for a priority 1 or priority A welfare check for him, for Paul Pelosi. They didn't say how they got in. So I don't know. Where did you hear this, Sandy Sue? So I could look it up. This is real time. So tell me where you've seen this or heard this from that differs from the police statement that they made. It's also funny if he was just wearing underwear. What was Paul wearing? How did they both have a goddamn hammer? Police said when they got there, they both had a hammer. And as the secretary, she's the third person to become like the third person to be president. So she's like, there's the president, the vice president, the speaker of the house, right? Isn't her family have Secret Service? So how was this man able to just break in to this house? And then they showed a picture of the house. And it's like kind of not like secluded area. It looks like, if there was people outside like police or Secret Service or something, that you could see this man if he was breaking in the house. That's what I'm concerned. So maybe he wasn't homeless. Maybe he was naked because there's this lover's card. Maybe they were lovers or something. I don't know. Or had a prior relationship. A guy on regular TV who said it. Who has a source? See, that's the source. I want to know why. The police are very hush-hush about this. The police aren't talking about it. They just made a basic statement charging him with manslaughter, attempted murder, elder abuse. Elder abuse is funny. Elder abuse? Elder abuse makes me think of a pre-existing relationship. The news reported that he was saying, "Where's Nancy?" The police didn't say any of that. Okay, so this is saying it was a creation. Underneath all that was ill. This guy may be mentally ill. So you're saying that he was out of his mind. It looks like it could be a mental illness. I want to know if Paul was out prior. Because, I was a nurse. We used to drink. We used to drink. us nurses knew how to drink. We go out, have a good time. You make friends with everybody when you're drinking. You make friends. Oh, you don't want the party to end. Hey, y'all want to come back to my house and drink some more. He heard the break-in, grabbed a hammer. See, that's the funny thing. No, the cops said they both had a hammer. Funny thing also is, who has a hammer when you break in? Like, who just has a hammer by them? Like, most people have, if you're afraid of somebody you usually have a baseball bat, but usually a hammer is in a toolbox somewhere that you have to actually go get. See, that just doesn't make sense over a hammer. The police said that they each had a hammer. They didn't say anything. The police didn't say anything about break-in because the reporters were asking about the break-in. The reporters were like, "How did they get in there?" Everybody else, the reporters have said, "Oh, a side glass window." This was before, but that's not what the police said. The guy has some mental little cray-cray. He is a little cray-cray. He's been on a destructive path for a while. But I want to know, Sandy Sue, who is the person that called to have the police come for a welfare check? Who called for a priority 1 welfare check? Who was that who called? This guy is an introvert, a thing. So you're saying this guy is homeless. That's not what they're saying. They didn't say Paul called 911. They didn't say Paul called 911. They said someone called a priority saying a welfare check. That's not what, if I was calling, that wouldn't be what a welfare check is. A welfare check is someone calling saying, I think something may be going on. Go check to see if that person's okay. If Paul called, he'd be like, someone broke in my house and they're trying to hit me with the hammer, or someone just broke in my house. That's different than a welfare check. See, that's why we got these. You don't ever believe the news. That's why I'm just trying to go on what the guy said. The police didn't say anything about him getting tied up. Sandy Sue, where are you watching this? See, where are you watching this, Sandy? Because I'm just going by what the police reported. The black guy that was on the news that did his report, he did a statement. It was about 8-9 minutes. He wouldn't take any questions and he was out. That's where I'm going. This other stuff is speculation. This other stuff is what first they thought it was conservative. It wasn't a conservative. Now you're saying that this is just a random homeless guy in his underwear, right? Then where did they get this? See how the news is reporting. They're saying his name. He's part of the Green Party and he's LGBT. He has a. So are you saying that that's not? You're saying that he lives in the homeless camp. He's homeless. So that's because most people, when it happened, we all thought, well, I thought that when it happened, it was a homeless person that came in and did it. Just a crazy homeless person, because San Francisco is full of just homeless people. That's why I want to drive there and look at what's going on myself, but there's full of it. I want them to release that. because where are you getting this from? I'm not. What station? We need Olivia Pope. That's what I'm saying, because I'm here with the news is reporting. I mean, the police did a statement. They got up. They made a statement. They charged the guy with elder abuse, which kind of makes me think of a pre-existing relationship. You know, it's usually different. I don't know. I don't know, but the guy does have some mental illness. He is like an introvert. Law and Order. Trying to stand his ground. Ooh, they're gonna come down on him. He feels betrayed. They are coming down on him. Ooh. They are coming down on him. His life is over. It's been over for a while. I find it again on YouTube and said, yeah, send me the link. Because I watched the black guy from the police department. Was he the police chief? And he made this statement. And he didn't say any of that. Because on the news, they told me that someone broke in. You know, you had the news talking about he came in and said, where's Nancy? That's not what the police said. We all assume maybe he was going after Nancy. That's not what the police said. Let's just see. Let me see. What does Nancy think about this? Let me just see what Nancy thinks about this. We do need Olivia Pope. Listen, because something just doesn't, my antennas go up. I just find it strange that it happened. You know, these are like, she is second in line to be a president, right? Third in line to be president. Don't you think there would be some type of like Secret Service? If Hunter Biden's kids, Joe Biden's kids get Secret Service, wouldn't you think Nancy Pelosi's husband would get Secret Service at the house? Wouldn't there be some type of security at the house when people have been there and they spray painted and stuff the house before, and it's a very like crazy time? Wouldn't you think there would be some security at the house? I just find it weird. It keeps telling me that something was orchestrated. It's telling me that something was orchestrated and this man was put on that task to do it. Whether, I know, like, I'm like, what's going on? So it's telling me something, this thing was orchestrated. And not to say anything, but do I put it past Nancy for using this for political gain? No. Put it past any politician. You see, on January 6th, she already had a prearranged camera crew for January 6th. None of us knew. I wanted to go down there on January 6th. I had no idea that the riot was going to happen at January 6th. But Nancy knew because she already had a camera crew waiting for her. She knew. Let's see. Energy around Nancy and this assault against her husband. Plus, that DUI and what he was saying on that DUI gave her a lot of bad press. I wonder if they're even talking. And a lot of questions are coming up where her money comes from for insider trading. Yo, is Nancy devious like that and ready to cut her losses? Is there love lost between them? I don't know. We'll see. The guy is absolutely crazy, though. Renewal. This is giving her some new energy. Yo, she's something else. This is giving her some new energy. People are looking at her. Look at the sunbeams around her. Like she's illuminated. This is giving her, and now look at, she's looking like this Mother Earth now. People, it's giving her this is good PR for her. Now she could be the doting wife, the concerned wife. And I'm sad to say, I'm sad about, what happened to her husband and stuff like that. But in regards to the the PR, people are feeling sorry for her. This is giving her a renewal. I know I talk about the subjects that other people don't talk about. I might not be I'm not PC. I look at things differently. What bothers me is Nancy's husband. It was on the news twice. Yeah, DWI and then attack. I never heard or nothing. And like now, Now you got everybody saying like, nice things about Nancy. Even the conservatives are like, oh my God, we don't condone, which I don't, I don't condone any violence or anything like that. But they're like, oh my God. So she's looking differently in the public light right now. She's the victim. Her husband, he's 82. She's 82. Oh my God, what if she was there? So now she gets to go on this tour. So she's been on the January 6th tour that she was pre ready for. She had her own camera crew on January 6th. Okay. What does she think? The devil card. First card for her is the devil card. Vices. Mind you, remember, he is the lover's the devil. Paul Pelosi. He has addiction issues. He could have sex issues. He could be an adulteress. He can have addiction to love, sex, drugs, alcohol, this and that. So the first card, this gives her a renewal. The first cards is maybe she's thinking with her ego first. Second, she's thinking like all these negative, was he drunk? How can I use this to my advantage? Did he cause this himself? Can I get some political? So her first card for everything is the devil, meaning ego, vices, this and that. She's going to use this to her advantage. Cross to bear. Sick. Is his sickness? I wonder, Paul, because the cards show, and I'm thinking, I wonder if Paul has an alcohol problem. Right? So this is showing that the leads up to it is the alcohol, sickness. So is this Paul's sickness with his vices or her sickness with the vices? Drinking a lot, drinking. The drinking's coming up, the emotionally imbalanced. So what's she thinking about it? She's thinking that maybe alcohol was involved, maybe ego, illness, maybe on both parts or on the guy's part. She's going to use it. There's going to be a lot of like infighting. This is a lot of infighting, a lot of anger, a lot of passion in regards. Remember I said next year she's going to find herself more isolated. That's the energy as the hermit in the moon. I'm seeing that. She's acknowledging he has a drinking problem, and she's like standing in defense of him. Not saying that this assault is the reason why, but did these people know each other? What message was retracted? What bothers me, let's see. Did Paul Pelosi and this guy know each other? I want to know more about this guy. Because if you're saying that he was just a homeless guy in his underwear, right? Where is all the security? How did people find out he's part of the Green Party and they said that he has a flag by his house, a pride flag? I'm all confused. They said so the neighborhood knew him. So maybe they've seen each other before. Okay. Maybe they've known each other. So the neighborhood seen him before. This is like where, how much is her house? Like $26 million house, right? All them houses around there got to be these millions. So they just let, so if there's homeless people just go, I just don't understand. There's no private security. And remember, Pelosi just allocated money for more money for security. That's what I'm saying. Insider, I was talking about that too. Remember, she's been in the public light negatively in regards to her husband. You know, from the insider trading to the DWI, this whole assault is giving her renewal energy. Like people are looking at her with sadness and oh my God, this and that. It shows that it was created. This was a creation that happened. Like, and who called? He's saying that the girl said that he was on the phone with 911 while he was getting tied up. That's not what the police said. The police said someone called for a welfare check. If the police said he called in their thing, they would have said the victim, and they wouldn't have they wouldn't have said a welfare check. Welfare check means someone from the outside calls to go check on you. If he would have called them himself, they would have said, we got a call from Mr. Pelosi saying that he was actively being assaulted. That's not what I've heard. I don't know what you're watching. They're not saying anything about Mike Lindell. They said he was part of the Green Party. And he was part of LGBT. I don't know I can't even believe the news, because the news is telling you, I just wanted to go by what the police said. We're not going to get the truth. It looks like there was some type of orchestration that was involved. Did Paul know? I don't think Paul might have knew. I don't know. Did Paul? Let me see. Let me just see. I think I don't know, him and Paul have talked before. But Sandy, did you watch what the police said? The police said someone called them for a welfare check. If you're saying that it hung up, you just said that he had the police on the line the whole time that it was going on when he was getting cut. You're saying that he was on the whole time. All I see that they wouldn't give any information. It was a short, concise statement. They're charging him with elder abuse. They're both in the hospital. What does Nancy think of her husband? She's sad about her husband, meaning that, public opinion on him hasn't been good. She's been tired of him. She's been wanting to walk away from him, but hasn't. Like, she's been tired because he keeps up the facade of the money. Their husband and wife with the kids, the money, they built something. That's why she hasn't walked away. Public opinion hasn't been good about it. He's not the man he once was, basically. So let's see. I wonder. So what made they said that the guy was on the card said that the guy was on the quest. They said the card said he's mentally ill. I'm one of the people that believe people can be programmed. Set someone off. Did someone set him off? Was a frequency sent out to have this guy just go there? I'm trying to understand. It was like a perfect time. Where was the security? She just increased people's security for their homes. She increased the money. Where was the security? This isn't really telling. It's telling me that this was orchestrated. This was made. Someone created this. The guy was put on the quest. As for the other stuff, it's kind of strange. You know, I don't think they were complete strangers. Maybe you said that they see him in the neighborhood. Maybe he's talked to him. Maybe he's given them money to get alcohol. I don't know. But you're saying that he broke in there at 2:00 in the morning. Where was security? Did you see that house? First of all, for a $23 million house, right? It's so open. You're like next door, but it was so open. Like you would want, especially if you were like someone like even me, if I was rich enough to have the house, you know, I would have some security, you know, even that neighborhood. Where is the security walking by? It's late at night. I don't know. I just find it strange. It's not really it's saying that it's orchestrated, but I don't know what does it mean. This means that it's good for Nancy. I just think the timing is weird. If he's homeless, this is just a homeless guy, right? Is this a random? Are you trying to say that this is a random attack? If he's a homeless crazy guy, right? They don't know what's really going on. If I'm homeless and I won't really know what's going on in the world. I don't really know what's going on. You know, I would think it was a random attack. You don't really just find a crazy homeless person breaking someone's house, you know, unless there's drugs, alcohol, money, or something like that, just to go after Pelosi. At this time of the year, this month, this is the October surprise, you know, our voting is right around the corner. I just find this weird. And just not that long ago, he was in the newspaper for the DWI, for wrecking his car, for trying to bribe the police while he wrecked his car, you know, and now everybody's feeling bad for him. I feel bad for him. Where did the homeless guy get the hammer from? You're homeless. Where did he get a hammer from? I mean, did he find it? Just happen to have one? How many people just throw away hammers outside? There's a lot going on. I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, BBB, are you still there? Are you still here? I seen another truck. Oh my God, I seen another truck that I just fell in love with. Let me know if you're still there so I can tell you about it. So I'm confused. This reading didn't give me any answers. It gave me more questions. We know Paul Pelosi is a lover's the devil. He has addiction issues, maybe love, sex, whatever. The guy was naked. How cold is it in California right now? he went to the hardware at 2:30 in the morning. I just find it all strange. Yo, BB, guess what car? Guess what? So you know I wanted the B van, right? But I just seen a RV that I just was like, oh. Listen, it's called the Coach Entourage. Look at it. Matt RV has just did a review. The Coach Entourage. If you've seen it, let me know. It's oh my God. See, I like a big car. I used to drive the XL Denali The big one. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, get back there. Because I had my heart set on the van. But, oh, I see that RV. And it's just big, beautiful beast. And it's American made. I always love me American made. So I give me, anybody have any other questions that maybe can help us figure this out? Because even the reading gave us new questions. The only thing it's telling me that this shit was orchestrated and this guy was put on this quest. Whether in the frequency went in his ears to go do it or what. Paul has a lot of issues. He has a lot of issues. This is giving her good publicity. It's sad that this happened, but people are looking at her like, before everybody was talking about how horrible Nancy is, this and that. Now we're like, oh, Nancy. So, public opinions change. I don't know. So, I don't know. Do I put it past Nancy to do something? No, I don't. I don't put it past Nancy to do something, to kill two birds with one stone. I don't put it past her. Yeah, I don't put it past her because she already had a camera crew for January 6th. She was already prepared for January 6th. She had a camera crew ready. People used to call her Skeletor. I don't know what they call her now. But, you even got conservatives saying, oh my God, this is horrible. And of course it's horrible. But, like, there is a different, and now she can go and dash home and take care of it and be like, oh my, I think it was a setup. I'm sorry. Even though that this if they're saying he's homeless, I'm not hearing that. I don't know if he was a homeless guy. I definitely believe, and I always have my little conspiracy hat on. He might said a voice told him to go do it. And a lot of people think, because I hear voices sometimes, not telling me to do something, but telling me like random shit in my ear, especially when I'm sleeping. Oh my God, I hate that. You can feel the lips and you can feel, and they whisper in your ear. Oh, I can't stand it. But they do that. So, but they have frequency. See, people don't look outside the box. If you go look at what the CIA and what the Army, the biological and the physical weapons and what they have, like what was going on? Was it Cuba that was going on where they were saying that was it Cuba? That a lot of the people in the U.S. Embassy or whatever were getting these waves next to them and it was making them sick. Because there is wave frequencies that was making them sick. 6'2", wow, 250. When cops came in, the two were struggling over a hammer. Intruder got the hammer and started hitting Paul, and the police broke it up. But they sent the guy to the hospital too. So did he not have any injuries? I don't know, Sandy Sue. I didn't get the same reporting you did. I don't know. I didn't see the link. You can email me at intuitiveretta@gmail.com. Send me the link so I can see it. I think, Nancy was like the enemy of the people. Nobody liked Nancy with her ice cream and the thing. Now people are going to look at her like, oh my God, the poor woman. She's 82. He's 82. Oh, I want to see what her press conference is doing. Sandy, send me the link to see what you're talking about, because that's not what I got. And I've been looking. I've seen a lot of people improvise with their thoughts. Shit, in the beginning, they thought it was a conservative that went out there and did it. It's not showing up. That's why I said my email, intuitiveretta@gmail.com, because I want to see it. Because this didn't, it just tells me it was orchestrated to be done. I just find this was so coincidental right next to the elections. This is October. They usually do the October surprises. You know, most conservatives, when we heard it, we just thought it was a random homeless person that went out and did it. We thought it was just a random, because San Francisco is full of random homeless people. But the question is, how did he just get into the house? People are like, yeah, he just broke in. She is third in line to the presidency. Her family's not protected. Her home isn't protected. Even when Trump isn't at Mar-a-Lago, there's still Secret Service there. I don't understand it. This reading's not telling me anything, and nobody's helping me ask questions. Now, what do they call? I don't know. What do they call her now, BB? Her hair. I don't know. I just think that there is some strange things. I wish I knew how on this computer, because this computer, I don't know how to do anything on it. This one isn't like a media computer. My son's into like type, like reports and stuff, and he got me this computer, and this is a more like a writing the book type of computer. So I wish I knew how to like split screen so we could sit there and watch the interview together and see the statements, because I would do a reaction as I go. Could be a vet with PST. It looked like he had issues. The card said he had mental issues. He has some mental issues. He's mentally ill. But Pelosi has issues too. 2:00 in the morning. I'm just trying, and that place has 3 floors. I'm just saying nobody was there. Supposedly, this reporter saw the body cam. See, I don't like these anonymous people. I don't like these anonymous like reporting stuff like that, because that's how we got led astray in the beginning with all these anonymous reporting, this and that. This reading didn't tell me that. She just told me it was orchestrated somehow, some way, that this is good for Pelosi. I guess from all the negative publicity. What does show business say? All publicity is good publicity, but this is good for her. This gives her a renewal, new energy. And you're saying, oh, she's only 82. She's an old woman. Well, we look back at January 6th. She already had a camera crew following her around on January 6th. Where were the God dogs? That's what I'm saying. If I lived in San Francisco, all the drug addicts and all that shit that you see out there on the street, and I'm a multimillionaire, I'm gonna have something at my house. So when I go, and my wife is hated by a lot of people, I'm gonna have like, I don't understand how Secret Service wasn't there. Yeah, program. I'm telling you, it says it was orchestrated. This was orchestrated. This was orchestrated. It said that he was put on this quest, that the guy was put on this quest to do it. The magician energy is around Paul Pelosi, meaning that either he or someone around him or someone orchestrated this and put this guy in place. And if you guys don't think that there is frequencies that they could put out to have people do it, to do these things, then you haven't been watching the news. You haven't been watching what they're capable of doing. You haven't looked at all these different things that the government can do. And especially a lot of like frequencies. A lot of these people who do these things say that they hear something that told them to go do it or something like that. I tried to see if it said it had the magician energy around Nancy, around Paul Pelosi. I'm not sure if she necessarily do it, but she's going to benefit. This is giving her a renewal. She's going to benefit from this. And I just find things so weird. If this homeless guy, does this homeless guy know? Is he going to vote? I don't think so. I just find that this is an October surprise. It's right next to our election, and I just find this weird. Yeah, they tell you that these who was it? It was some IT, not IT. What was it? Some engineers were talking about how they can set out energy and especially with the five, like the frequency, especially with the 5G. Oh, what you found out? Yeah, it's just like I don't. I just these news because I'm beginning. They had us thinking it was a. They said it was a continuation of January 6th. So I was just like, what the heck? First thing I thought was like, oh God, who? What conservative they gonna blame this on? That was my first thought. And then, just like how you heard, I heard a news people talk about the guy was from the Green Party and he had a house and he had a pride flag outside the house. And you're saying he's homeless. And then his other reporters said he wasn't homeless, that he had a house and he had a pride flag. And I assumed he was gay. See how these news people, I don't know. I just know that Nancy is benefiting. I know that Paul Pelosi has a lot of vices. I know that Nancy was ready to walk away from her, but she's kind of stuck with him. She's emotionally walked away from him. But she's kind of stuck with him. You know, look at all, and they're already talking about. So this is a good way to shut people up. Stop asking them where he got his money from for insider trading. Now he's the victim. Now it would be wrong for us to ask them, where'd you make your millions from? It would be wrong if the Republicans take over and do an inquiry. Now they'll be wrong. They can't really do that, can they? I just find it all coincidental. It's so easy. It looked like it was orchestrated. And she's benefiting from it. Um, I just find that, you can't ask a guy, and he may, then if he has brain surgery, right? You can't ask him really any questions because he's had brain surgery. They can say he's affected. So now he can't be, just like how the guy from the Housewives, the guy who used to be from the Aaron Brockovich, the guy that made all the millions, and they're saying he embezzled them. I can't think of his name now. But because they're saying he has dementia now, he has a brain cognitive thing, he can't be held responsible. So now Paul can't be held responsible for anything. Yeah, Jesse Ventura had some interesting things. Jesse Ventura only went a little bit on this show. He didn't really go deep. Like I remember when he had Carrie Cassidy on there. And he was trying to get them off as soon as possible. Mm. So now you can't charge this guy for anything. He's not responsible for his actions for anything now because he's had brain surgery. He's got hit in the head with the hammer. They said he had brain surgery, right? Now they get to keep all that money. No questions can be asked. Poor Mr. Pelosi. He got beat in the head with the hammer. He's okay. It's sad and we can't question him. And Pelosi gets to go out now and say, "Oh my God, my husband, he got beat in the head with the hammer. And I get to be the doting wife." And that attack was for me. Like they were saying. They were saying that he's like, "Where's your wife?" That's what the news was reporting. Now she gets extra, you know, love from the Secret Service. He doesn't need a chip in his brain for that. He just has Nancy comes home and calls him on the phone and says, "Hey, honey, yo, we just did this, buy this stock, and erase that stock. We can't use that. We're about to put them out of business, so take that stock away." Yo, but now he's got brain surgery. He can't be charged for any crimes. He's not going to be able to be. He doesn't remember. That's what I got brains. I don't remember, huh? Stocks? I did stocks. Oh shit! I don't know how to do that anymore. I don't know. I feel bad because I love the elderly, but for a random attack, but it doesn't. It just seems too convoluted. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you get the brain surgery. That's a shield for anything. I don't know. I just said the card said this was orchestrated. Someone orchestrated this, and the guy was put on this quest. And you said he was in his underwear. What the hell was going on with him in his underwear? And you said he was from the neighborhood. Yo, if I was a millionaire and had $1 million property, and my neighbors were all millionaires, we would have security all around. There wouldn't be any homeless people in my area. I don't want to see those peasants when I go out. I don't know. I have no idea. The guy has some. The cards are saying the guy has some mental issues, but they're also saying Paul has some issues too. Paul has a drinking problem. Maybe the homeless guy wanted some tips or stock. I wonder if Paul likes men. I don't know. I don't put it past any of them people. They go this way, that way, all way. That's what I'm saying. Were they drinking together? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at. She said that interview. I don't know what it is. Let me just see the link. Hold on. Details. Let's see. Let me just see. Hold on.
This is my pendant light. I got it out
right there. CNN. Oh my God. Can you guys hear this?
Officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Ms. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the suspect.
Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, hospitalized after a violent attack with a hammer in the San Francisco home he shares with the speaker.
You guys hear that?
Sources telling CNN the 82-year-old is recovering tonight after the man broke in through the back of the home.
This is an active investigation.
Sources tell CNN the intruder shouted, "Where is Nancy?"
See, this is that. I've seen this. This is the sources say.
Paul Pelosi until, quote, Nancy got home. Sources also tell CNN.
See, that's that sources. I can't even listen to that. That's that sources. I've seen that. The sources says that they were tying them up. The sources says. The sources says. The sources says. Can you guys hear? Did you guys hear them? Did you guys hear 4:30? Can you guys hear it? Did you guys hear that CNN report? Could you guys hear it or no? Someone just give me a thing. So I know if I should just listen to this on my own or you guys can listen to this with me. No? Okay, you heard it. All right. So let's just see. 4:30, she said. Okay, let me go to 4:30. Okay, 4:30. Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to get to 4:30. Okay. Damn. Okay, hold on.
Of course, you reported he was saying, "Where's Nancy?" once he was inside that home. Jamie Gangel, thank you for your reporting. We'll let you get back to the phone.
Hold on. Let me go back because
we don't know the whole motivation here, but clearly
okay, here we go.
Details, but that the surgery involved injuries to his head. That said, as you reported, and as Whitney said, Drew Hamill, the speaker spokesman, has said that doctors have assured the family he will make a full recovery. But let's keep in mind, this was a very violent attack. The assailant hit him multiple times with a hammer, and
so he can't be charged for any crimes.
Talking since January 6th about the dangers of violent rhetoric. We don't know the whole motivation here, but clearly this assailant was looking for Nancy Pelosi. There is some political connection here.
If he's homeless, right? Why is there a political connection? Whoops, shit.
Where's Nancy once he was inside that home? Jamie Gangel, thank you for your report.
Damn. If it's political, right? Then how is he homeless? Because I'm sure a homeless person is not that political. You know, like really? And then, of course, you said, mind you, they said he's going to get a full recovery. He has brain surgery, but mind you, they say he's going to have a full recovery. But remember, this was a very violent attack. I understand all that, but they already got the excuse. Can't charge him for anything. No insider trading. He got brain surgery. He's done. See, this is what she's reported. I'm saying what the police reported was completely different. And she just was making me laugh. I don't even know where it was. I was too busy laughing. Hold on.
We'll let you get back to the phones.
Here, but clearly this assailant was looking for Nancy Pelosi. There is some political...
How do you know he was looking for Nancy?
Here. Words do matter, John.
Words do matter. There's the narrative. Words do matter. Let's blame Trump and the conservatives.
Thank you for your reporting. We'll let you get back to the phones. Keep us posted.
You guys are evil.
John Miller and Abby Phillip. And
evil.
You've got remarkable new details.
Remarkable.
How police got word that something was happening.
So this starts to unfold at some point in the early morning hours when the defendant who's charged here gets in the house. And encounters Mr. Pelosi. And Mr. Pelosi can tell this guy's unhinged. This is going bad. So somehow he gets on his cell phone and dials 911 surreptitiously. And he leaves that line open. It may be in his pocket, maybe on the table. But at that point, Heather Grimes, an emergency dispatcher at San Francisco Police, this happens all the time. You get a call, there's no voice on the other end of it. Hello, 911, what's your emergency? And sometimes you disconnect, but she's sensing something. There's a conversation going on in the background. She's sensing something isn't right. Mm-hmm. So she listens in, turns up the volume. And Paul Pelosi is basically trying to tell her in code what's going on. Why are you here? What are you going to do to me? I mean, you can imagine how he's trying to not let the attacker know that 911 is listening, but he gives enough information. So she puts out a priority A wellness call.
She puts out, okay.
A wellness call is very common. I haven't heard from my Aunt Sally in a week. Could you go check on the house?
That's what I'm saying. Wellness call is usually somebody outside calling to check on someone.
Right in the house. So they go code 3. And Kobe Willens, the first officer, his partner Kyle, come through the door. And Pelosi apparently is still trying to keep this down by playing off, as the police come in, what's going on. Then he goes to, grab the hammer, and our 6'2", 250-pound assailant hits him in the head as the officers are crossing the room. All of this is on body camera. And, eventually in some criminal proceeding may come out.
Remarkable.
May. Why isn't this out now? It may come out. Why are they saying this may come out? I want to see it. They put everything else out. Every time, police kill someone, they pull it out. I want to see this. I want to see this 6'2" big guy bang him in the head. I want to see it. Sorry. Report. Where's the security? Yes, heard it. Working all angles. Oh, let me get the start of that reporter. I already looked at it. I already, I think that even in this report of all this stuff that's coming through, they're still trying to say it's the rhetoric. You heard the other ladies talk about it. Words matter. Rhetoric. What rhetoric? Who's been saying anything? Nobody's been saying anything. All of a sudden, there's rhetoric again. This is a homeless. So you're telling me this is homeless guy. Well, they didn't say homeless guy. Sandy, where did you get it was homeless? Maybe it's somewhere else on that news program. But the guy didn't say homeless. They just said the 6'2". So, I mean, Nancy Pelosi's husband is an 82, elderly gentleman. And this guy is 256'2". I don't think he needs that much to subdue this elderly guy. I don't even think he needs a hammer. I don't think he needs anything to subdue. He could just punch him. Or just tackle him. 82, he can break a hip if he falls. It's just weird. And, I just know how these people operate. I just know the energy that we're playing with. I just know what they will use anything, do anything. Pelosi will use and do anything. She is the cherry in the tower. When she makes a decision, she goes full steam ahead. Damn the consequences. I want to know. I didn't hear anything about homeless. All right. So they're saying that this rhetoric, this is what rhetoric does. And, words matter. Okay. If you're assuming this is a homeless guy, how is this homeless guy hearing all this rhetoric? How is this homeless guy hearing, all this stuff? He's homeless. So, but you're saying, I heard a thing that he has a house and he has a pride flag out for the 6'2". What's his name? Nathaniel? Why am I thinking of like a Nathaniel? Did I hear a Nathaniel somewhere? I don't know. I'm saying it's orchestrated. I'm saying that this gives her I'm saying, I don't know. He does have, the guy has mental illness. They can be easily manipulated. Mental illness. You can act like something from God. They have Project Bluebeam. They have all this stuff. So you're telling me he's 6'2", 250. That's a big guy. He took the hammer from Paul. So how did he break in? Some people said the porch. How did he break in? He didn't cut himself. Did he punch it? Did he kick it? I don't know. It's all something. Where's Pelosi now? I'm waiting for her. I want to see how she does her press conference. I want to see her press conference. I want to see her. I want to see the picture of her pulling up to the hospital, because this This is the energy around her, the renewal. And if I don't put nothing past Nancy, if she has January 6th, camera crew on January 6th already there waiting, 2:30 in the morning. I just find this all very strange. I'm just here chatting. I'm going to get off. I had to get on. Nobody's really chatting with me. The reading didn't tell much except for that it was orchestrated. When do we vote? Is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday? I'm used to the 3rd, but this year the 3rd is on a Wednesday. Is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday? Because you know my brain is gone and I forget, and I need to vote. So I need to put that like on my ding 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 to-do list to do. Or I'll forget. And I don't want to forget. Because usually I would just go by the date on the 3rd, but the 3rd this year is on a Wednesday. So is it Tuesday? Is it this Tuesday? Or is it next Tuesday? Let me look. Was the door open and the alarm off? I don't know. No, it's November 8th? That's what I thought. So why is it November 8th? Why wouldn't it be this Tuesday? It's November 8th, so it's next Tuesday. Okay. I was all confused. So I'm used to November 3rd. All right. So it's next Tuesday. I don't know. I just don't know why there wasn't any like alarms. 2:30 in the morning. He was in the house by himself. There's no bodyguards or anything. Does he choose not to have bodyguards or Secret Service because he wants to do his dirt? But Secret Service, we've learned with Hunter that they know how to keep their mouth closed. I just don't understand. I don't understand. It's orchestrated, but I want to see how Miss Nancy is and her thing. I feel bad for Paul, but I think with this incident wipes away everything. He can't be charged now with insider trading. They can't be questioned. He had brain surgery. You can't question him. And it's right before we go to vote. So even if she kicks out of Speaker of the House, right? Or the Speaker of the Senate, she's Speaker of the House or the Senate, right? If she gets kicked out, right? This is her own little what's that where the presidents can give you immunity? I'm sorry for thinking like that. So she's Speaker of the House. Okay. So nobody hears. Nobody hears it. Nobody here. It's rich area. Nobody here. If I hear it, I'm nosy. Like, listen, my neighbors, we know what's going on our block. Only time if I don't catch it, my neighbor will catch it, right? So if I hear some glass breaking out and I'm up, if I'm not up, my neighbor's up. She hears it. We peek it. What the hell's going on? So you telling me nobody's peeking? Nobody's trying to figure anything out. Get the hell out of here. This is their own party. Yeah. He can't be blamed for no insider trading. He got brain surgery. You don't remember. You can't. His word can't be between his age and the brain. First of all, he's 82. Brain surgery at 82? What? Why? What kind of brain surgery does he need? What's going on? Because some surgery, you weigh the pros and cons. Like 82, you don't recuperate from surgery like you did when you were 60, 50, 40. Once you're that age and you have a major surgery, it only goes downhill from there. It goes downhill pretty quick because your body can't handle it. Like usually we'll have patients. We used to have patients that were fine, good. They fall and break a hip. They break that hip. Next thing you know, it's downhill. That one broken hip, the surgery, it's downhill from there. But I'm saying, once you have like any type of surgery like that at 82, and they're just like, yeah, he's going to be fine. And then she says, oh, but it was, it was violence and this and that. He's not going to be fine. It's not like they're, no, he's 82. He's not going to be fine. It's not like 20s, teens. I've seen some kids go through some things and miraculously they're fine. You're like, what the heck? Like you would think if it happened to me or you or whatever, we wouldn't have made it. But kids, they can get through anything. Like their body automatically can fix up. A lot of the kids' stuff can automatically. But as you get older, your body has that less ability to kind of heal itself. It's a little bit slower. It's not as great as it was. Once you get an injury, it's hard to heal it back up again, unless you're lucky. All surgery is risky. You have to, at 82, the doctors are like, yo, this could be the end. I'm sorry to say, but the cards look like Nancy was okay with that. I think she's over, Paul. I don't know. I know my opinions are not popular opinions, and I know I say what I say. I just say it. I just say it. I'm sorry. I know I'm not thinking this. Other people are thinking this. I just think it's all weird. It's just strange. All of a sudden, a week before, 10 days before the election, this happens. And she's about to get voted out of office. And now he's had this brain, you can't do anything to him anymore. It's the family gets to keep the money. And what's funny, even the DUI information, that DUI picture was hard as heck to find. The DUI mugshot was hard as heck to find. Anything that showed up was what happened recently with him getting assaulted or the son. The son was showing up. Stuff that the son did. I think Nancy was pissed at him since that DWI. She was pissed. But this is a way for her to come back. All right, honey, you want to make it up to me? You're going to get bashed. Dang. And maybe, like you said, maybe he wasn't supposed to get bashed in the head. Maybe something else was supposed to happen. But the lady said he was naked or in his underwear. Isn't it cold, right? I wonder how cold it is. It's cold. $2,021. That's what I'm saying. They left. Remember, they were saying that they had more security. I remember because people were tagging the house and stuff. Didn't they like put a dead animal, blood? Didn't they put like pigs or something all over her house? And since then, she had more police, and she just authorized more money for people for their homes and stuff. They just authorized more money. So you're telling me that you ain't have none? Or you're telling me you don't give a shit about your husband? That I have protection, he's on his own. Is that what you're telling me, Nancy? You have protection, but your husband, he's on his own. And there's going to be no protection until you're at the house. You're third in line to become president. So this is how Mar-a-Lago. Nobody's there. If Trump's not there, there's still Secret Service. I don't understand how there's nobody at the house, outside even, walking around. I seen that DWI video and he was trying to act like, do you know who I am? So with this whole assault thing, he's the victim now. He's the victim. Poor him. He's 82. He got beat in the head. Yeah, he said that. He said, do you know who I am? So now she's a victim. Instead of her being Skeletor, as BB said, or this drunk woman, now we're like, oh, poor Nancy. Oh, just imagine if she was there. What would that guy have done to her? Poor Paul at 82. Poor Paul. No, we can't go after them. We can't hold them accountable. No. Poor Paul. I don't know. I just find it. Why does Nancy have security for her husband? Does she not care? She'd be like, I hope somebody gets him so I can be done with him. What did Paul do to you, Nancy, that you don't even give this poor man security? You know you're like one of the most, hated women. You didn't give your husband any security at all. You left him on his load in that big old mansion by himself at 82. And it didn't work. That $200 was, well, it did work. He didn't lose his license or any of that stuff. I forgot what his blood alcohol content was. I forgot what it was. So that just makes me give makes me give Nancy the side eye. This man, you're telling me that this man has no security, and this guy was just able to break. This is the story you're telling me, to break into the house. You're telling me, Nancy, that you don't care about your husband. You have security for yourself, but not your husband. At 82, you leave him in that big mansion by himself, and you know how much people can't stand you. I don't get it. At home with the life insurance policy. I know. That's like Trump leaving Melania with no security. Are you crazy? Melania probably has better security than Trump. You're going to leave this. So it either tells me, A, you don't care about your husband, or two, if your husband refused it, why would your husband refuse it? Because I don't understand. You're second in line. You're third in line to be president. And you live in a city that is like drug infested, that people are shooting drugs right there. It's lawlessness. People have been running in, smashing and grabbing. Hey, I wonder if they're going to release him. I wonder if he won't get any bail. This 6'2". Are they going to release him on the street? They're releasing everybody else. I want to see if they're going to release this 6'2", 250-pound man. They're going to release him on the street, or is he going to get? Well, I seen the cards. They ain't going to go easy on him. They're they're not going to go easy. They're going to use him as an example. He ain't one of the people that are going to get away with this. I want to see his mugshot, the guy who got arrested. I could learn a lot from the eyes. I could see a lot in the eyes. You can see if someone's vacant. Like, there's a couple of those mass shooters that when you look at their eyes, you're like, something's not right there. You look at those pupils, something's not right there. They're going to throw all the charges at him. He's the only person that ain't going to get no bail. Or he's going to get a $3 billion bail. He's the only person. Everybody else, you can commit a crime and you can get out, but not him. But I want to understand how come this man doesn't have any type of protection. I wish a reporter will ask Nancy, why doesn't he have any, why wasn't there any security at your house? You didn't feel he needed security? As hated as you was, Nancy? Second, if he refused security, why would he refuse security? What is he doing that he don't want others to see? But Secret Service knows how to keep a secret. Because Secret Service been behind Hunter all this time, and they ain't did nothing. Only thing he had to worry about is if he was a Republican. He ain't a Republican, so he good. This is funny. I don't know. It's not funny. It's sad. But you can't make this stuff up. This stuff that's been going on, the stuff that's been going on in our world, I say it's funny because you don't even need to watch TV. Reality is more interesting than TV. Reality, there's so much things that you have never thought that would happen or actually happening. You're like, it's like, who's that crime writer? James, what's his name? You don't even need to watch them crime channels anymore. We got it right now. That's why there's all those YouTubers doing crime, like doing the crime thing, because you don't have to watch TV. You can go through it yourself. I think that's what you have to do. See, that's another thing about me being the nurse. Like, our sense of humor is horrible. Like, other people, there's some things that we've saw, we don't laugh, we would be like a mental case. We would be mental patients, because some things you have to like make jokes about inappropriate things or laugh at inappropriate things because it's so sad. Some of the things that you see, feel, whatever, it's so sad. So you make inappropriate. That's why a lot of us are out. A lot of us, we're damn near alcoholics. Nurses, they drink. You know, and we can eat through anything. I can eat. My stomach is strong. Like, you can throw up in front of me and I can still eat lunch and keep it moving. This is certain things that we can do now. Back, like, before I became a nurse, you threw up, I would throw up too. I couldn't do with it. Now you can be throwing up and I got to eat my lunch real quick. I only got 15 minutes. I got 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to eat this. So before I get back on that cart. I know, it just seems weird, but it shows the cards are saying that this was orchestrated. Someone's behind it. It was orchestrated, and that guy was sent. They keep saying he's homeless, but where are we getting these reports that this guy is part of the Green Party, that he was the pride flag? Where did this pride flag come up in? That's what I'm saying. These news reports give you all types of things. So you got CNN reporting one thing, and then you got like Fox reporting something else. So that's why I don't care about either one of the newses. I just have all these questions and trying to figure it out myself. I don't believe in either one of them. Her Shireen Hyism. They took the message away. See it. I don't even have any moderators right now. I don't think I have any moderators on this channel yet, because I haven't asked anybody. Usually it's Alice, but I don't think she's a moderator on here yet. So it's YouTube moderating the chat and redacting things. Yeah, I worked at the VA hospital I love the vets. I had to leave. I wish my babysitter's husband was murdered. And so I had to leave my job because I had my kids were real small. She was my babysitter. And, it takes about 2 weeks to find, going through all the checks, trying to find a new babysitter. And at that time they didn't have leaves like they do now. Like you could take a leave of absence and stuff. They really didn't. So I had to quit. And I loved my job with the veterans. That was my one of my best friends. My best friend still works at the veteran hospital. But that veteran, I love working at the VA. If it was after my year, I could have probably took a leave, but you get probation for a year when you work at the veterans, like the federal government. You're on probation for a year. They can fire. You can get laid off for anything. After that year, it would have took an act of God to get rid of you. But that first year, and I was a brand new nurse, and I was working there. I love working at the VA hospital. Yeah, it was horrible. Her babies, yeah, and I happened to see a conversation outside, like might have been a week before that led up. I didn't realize at the time that that's what led up, but yeah, her babysitter. So at that time, I had 2 small kids, and they weren't ready for kindergarten or any of that yet, and I had to quit. She couldn't handle a lot. I couldn't ask her after her husband was killed to her watch my kids, So I had to leave the VA hospital. I still be there to this day. I love the VA hospital. I worked at respite hospice, the acute care unit. So we had everything. We had med surge, we had hospice, we had respite, where sometimes let's say you have a family member and you've been taking care of this person and you need a break. You would send them there for like a week, 2 weeks, sometimes a month, and we would take care of them so you could have a break or go on vacation or something. I loved it. I loved the veterans. I loved my fellow coworkers. I loved it. But yeah. All right. I just think this is funny. We didn't get too much answers with these readings. I don't know what's going on. It's the other side doesn't want us to let. I guess they try to hold a lot of things, in too. Just like I know we're going to get the House. The Senate is in question, so I don't understand who's in charge of the Senate right now. Is that McConnell and the other one? No, he's not in charge. He's a Republican. He's the minority. Right? I'm a little confused. Because the House, we're going to win no problems. It's the Senate that is some shenanigans are going on. And I want to look back at Carrie Lake, too. Oh, I can't stand Schumer. Oh my God. You should see his freaking ads that are showing up all the time. His ads are popping up here in New York, and you got this woman crying to him about abortion and telling him how brave he is. This woman is crying to Schumer about abortion and thanking him for all the work. I was like, really? I cracked up. I said, really? Really? You were crying and talking about all the work hard. I was dying. I don't know if Schumer was trying to get that reaction from people from his ad, but I cracked up. The woman was crying real tears. I said to Schumer, thanking him. I was looking at this woman like, really? Really? Okay. That's what you're crying about. Okay. And thanking him for. Okay. Schumer. Oh, I can't stand him. Oh, I can't stand him with a passion. I can't stand him. He's like I can't stand him. I can't stand Mitch McConnell. I tolerate Cruz. I tolerate him because he's a rhino. and he'll do something good and then through 3 things bad. I can't I tolerate him. I can't stand Schumer. I can't stand what's the penguin looking guy? The guy from Penguin. He looks like the penguin from Batman. Who is that guy? He's from New York too, I think. VP is a tiebreaker. Who is the penguin guy? He's from New York too. Oh, I can't stand him either. He looks like the Batman penguin. What is his name? He looks like the penguin from Batman. What the hell is his name? I can't think of it. I can't stand him either. I can't stand the guy from I think he's from Louisiana, but he's Asian. Ted Lieu or something. I think that I can't stand him either. I like the Republican, even though he doesn't vote like how he should be voting for Republican. I just think he's funny. The Kennedy guy. I just find him hilarious. I don't like his voting record, but I find him hilarious. What was the new commercial he says? Next time you call the police, call a crackhead. He did that. He did that on his ad. Next time you need the police, call a crackhead. Call the crackhead. Who else? But who was the Danny DeVito looking guy? Nobody's helping me. He looks like the penguin from Batman. What is his? I think he's from New York. Hold on. Is he in the? Let's see. Y'all ain't helping me. I'm sitting there asking y'all for his name. Oh. What the hell is his name? Let's see. This is going to drive me crazy. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't. There he is. Watch, you guys are going to pop it up now that I see the picture of him. Hold on. Nadler. It might be Nadler. Hold on. Let me see what his name is. Yes, Nadler. Tell me he doesn't look. I can't stand him either. He doesn't look like the guy from the Penguin. Jerry Nadler. Oh. So there's funny. That's one thing about us new Republicans, like the new branch of Republicans coming in, because I'm a new Republican. I was a Democrat, reformed. We are able to talk about both sides. Like Cruz, I can understand he's very smart. I don't trust Cruz. The one with the eye patch in the beginning, I loved him, and then I don't know what he turned into. He turned into a villain. The one with the patch. Who else? I don't like him either. Kissinger, when he was crying in January 6th, I said his balls just removed from his body. His balls just are gone. When he started crying, I said, is he married? She's never gonna get moist ever again. He just ruined his sex life. You know who else? Who is that police officer that is with all the neck I never seen a police officer look like him before, with all the neck tattoos and stuff, that was crying too. Oh my God, poor him. Oh, I can't stand him. I don't know what that police officer's name from DC with the neck tattoos and the mustache. Is that facial expression because of what I just said? I'm sorry. I'm not politically correct. I'm sorry. Adam, if you would have seen your husband, you're supposed to be wasn't he in the service? Like he's up there. He's out, like you're thinking he's this macho, like he was in the service, he served overseas, and you're crying, like tears. Oh, about really? I wonder, is he married? Oh my God. Let's see. Let me see. I gotta look at him. Oh, let's see. Oh, I don't know if BB's on still. If VBV's still on, but oh my God, I see this new RV that I liked. I think I wanted the Class B van, but they're too expensive. They really are. I'm going to look at a Class C. A Class B is just too. They went up $100,000 in a year, and I'm like, it's not. Okay, here he is, Adam Kessinger. Hold on. I want to see what his wife looks like. Because I'm nosy like that. Oh, she's a pretty girl, too. Oh, Adam, you're not getting it anymore. His wife is pretty. She worked on the Trump campaign. She worked in the Trump. She worked in the Trump White House. They've been together since 2018. Oh, Kissinger. Y'all go. You guys are heading for a divorce. No, that's the problem. Is too many men are crying right now. We're not saying that men can't cry. Men can't have emotions, of course. You know, men can have emotions. Men can cry, right? But to do that at your job, I could see if you're a police officer, right? And you're reporting like a horrendous thing that happened to a child or somebody, and it was just like horrendous, and tears are like, especially when you see a lot of police do it when it's children involved. I can see that. But for Kissinger to go up there and crying when it wasn't even like really like, did you cry with the riots the whole time? I just didn't, it just didn't. And the other guy, I didn't like him either. The police officer with the tattoos down his neck, he was crying too. You're supposed to be being big, tough police officer with these neck tattoos and stuff. I wonder if he's married. If he ain't getting none anytime soon. That's probably why he's so angry right now. Ain't nobody giving him none. And Adam, your wife just married you in 18. I don't see you foreseeing, because that's all we play is that video over and over again. It's either she's not giving you none or she's thinking of a way out. No. No. What's that song? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What else is going on in the news? Let me see. I hate the news that sets up with this ticks me off all the time. I don't know what kind of news this is. Let's see. A young woman on TikTok want the next generation to avoid becoming almond moms. What are almond moms? What are almond moms? Lord, this is MSNBC news. I think that's pops up. Almond moms. What are almond moms? It's something stupid. I don't know. I can't even read it. Okay, let's see. What else is going on? Why a prominent Southern Baptist seminary is on the verge of crisis after leadership. I don't care. Closing in on Trump. Criminal probes and testified amid historic subpoena. I'm sure. Let's see what else they got up here. These are the headlines. Damn, I hate this freaking. Let's see. Russia's MiG-31 intercepts Ukrainian S-24 fires air-to-air missiles. Oh, interesting. 10-year-old girl whose family fled war in Ukraine is reunited with the cat she left behind. Driver in fatal Hyde Park tractor trailer crash had drugs in his system. Oh, he had fentanyl and morphine? Oh. Let's see. Dow's performance, a harbinger of what's to come in the next few years. Let's see. Charges pending as influencer hits golf ball and loses driver in Grand Canyon, forcing the National Service ask silly questions. So you're getting wait. So he gets charges for hitting a golf ball in a park? Does that cause damage or something? Charges? Let's see. I think some of these laws are ridiculous. I think it's really crazy. Throwing objects over the rim of the canyon is not only illegal, but also endangers hikers. What would we do without our government? What would we do? What would we do without our government telling us what we can do and what we can't do? The Real Love Boat dumped by CBS. Moving to Paramount Plus. IRS, growing gap between U.S. income taxes owed and paid. Well, ain't nobody got any money to give it to you. Oh, Michael Phantom, yes. Oh my God, he's someone else. And does he look like a police officer with all those neck tattoos and stuff? I don't know. It's weird because even it's so funny. As a nurse, we used to have a code of like nursing, and now like these kids are going in with like. I have a sister. I have two sisters that are nurses, right? My younger sister's a nurse. She got this is before she became a nurse. She had a neck tattoo, but I was never into. I remember my clients used to yell at me, the old ladies, because I have an arm tattoo, which is usually hidden, but sometimes because I have a shirt on. But sometimes when I go like that or move, you can see it. And they used to talk, but there is like this. I've seen. We couldn't have like. Our nails are supposed to be cut short, no face piercings, all that's out the window. Like there's face piercings that you can wear now, neck tattoos. We didn't have that. Face tattoos. I don't know. Yeah, Michael Ferone. I don't like that. Not related to your fish tank. Sounds like mine. Yes, my fish tank. I'm so tired. The water evaporates so quick. It's like every 3 days I'm rushing to put water in there. And then now I have this it's not even that hard to do. But yeah, and I gotta clean out my my filter. I know it's got to be dark in there, but yeah, I have two fit, and they both. I just filled up the other one last night, and I meant to fill up this one, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm gonna fill it up and watch. By the next time you guys hear me doing a reading, you're gonna hear it just like that. You're gonna hear. Oh my god, I have one of those. What kind of filter is it? No, okay, it's one of those container filters, right? That's on, and it's got like 5 things. So I have to take all those things out and clean them. And I have like stones in there, lava stones, all in there. So I got to take them, and you can't clean them with regular water. You got to put the conditioning into the water so you don't kill the bacteria in the stones and stuff, because that's what the bacteria is what cleans your fish tank. It's a pain in the ass. And I have all these sponges that I gotta rinse out, and then I gotta dump it, and it's just a mess. It is so much work, but I need to do it. Yeah, with the body art, it's like they'll hire you nowadays with all. And I used to look at the kids with the face tattoos, like, how are you gonna get a job and stuff? Like, I was so upset when my son got a tattoo. I was so upset. I don't think I talked to him for like 2 weeks. I was so upset. He got one when he was grown, after college, I think. I didn't want him to have one, but he wanted one. He's like, but Ma, you got one. I said, well, I was stupid. I didn't want him to have one. I said, the cool thing now these days is not to get any everybody's wearing tattoos. Everybody has tattoos. The cool thing nowadays is to not have any tattoos. I try to use that reverse psychiatry. It didn't work. It didn't work. I was up early. I've been with you guys for 2 hours this morning. I got up at 7 o'clock and was watching the news, but I was watching Newsmax, I think. I like Greg Kelly. I was watching Greg Kelly. Anybody have any questions about anything else? Anything you want to talk about? But yes, BBB. Look up the it's the RV. It's a Class C. It is the Coach Entourage. The Coachman Entourage. I just like the big beast of the car. I just like the truck. I think it's a Silverado. It's on the Silverado 750. I love a big, and they pulled it up, and I see you can pull it up, and it's like, it looks like a tractor trailer, how they pull up the tractor trailer's engine. That's how you can pull up this engine. Oh, it's so nice. Not that I know anything about engines. It's just, I just like a big beast of a car. I have a friend who has a very old set of tarot cards. You had a new set that had the most beautiful drawings on it, but I can't remember what you call it. What would I recommend? She has an old set. It depends. Some people like, I have hundreds of decks. I have hundreds of decks. Hundreds. Some of them I connect with. Some of them I don't connect with. I need to get rid of. My memory is kind of gone, so you have to remind me. Maybe take a screenshot of what picture, what deck you see that I was using. Maybe take a screenshot of it and send it to me. Maybe that will help me recollect my memory. A lot of it depends on the person. Each card speaks differently to everybody. Not everybody gets the same feeling from a deck. I read some people just read the cards meanings as they are. Some people go more in depth. Some people are traditionalists where they want the traditional cards to be like Rider Waite and that's it. There's a whole bunch of different things. So the old Hummers. I had my Denali XL. I love that beast. I used to drive that because it was a tax write-off. It was a tax deduction because I was an independent contractor and bigger. You needed a big truck to be a certain pounds to be a tax write-off. And I love. Only thing I didn't like about it working in Connecticut, it was good with the snow. It just goes over the snow because Connecticut, they don't use salt; they use dirt. And I could get anywhere, but one night they have a lot of hills in Connecticut. You wouldn't think so, but they have a lot of hills. And our house was at the bottom, like this apartment that we rented. Me and these other nurses, it was 4 of us, rented. Was at the bottom of the hill, and it was a freaking ice storm. And it was like I'm trying to get home. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on top of this hill, and I got this big Denali XL, and I'm just praying because it's just going. Once you got on the top of the hill, the only way to get home is down, and the ice is taking this big beast where it wants to go. And I'm just using my thing, trying to go one way, going to the other way, slowly, not getting, if I'm going to slide, I'm going to go in with the slide, out with the slide, we're ice skating here. And because if you go straight down, there's houses, like you're going right in. So I'm just going like this. I got out of it. But that was the only time I was like, this big machine, this big truck. All I could do is pray and try to go with and against the ice skate and slide that I was on. But I made it out okay. I love a big car. That's one thing about America. I love a big truck. But this they're using the Chevy Silverado 750, I think, as the base for where everything else is like a van base. They're using the Silverado base for and it can carry more weight. The Silverado 750, I guess, carries more weight, and it's a big Chevy. So I have my eye on that. The Entourage, the RV. I think it's a 2023, but it's too expensive. It will be too expensive right now. I have to wait till next year to look at it. But there's also, I'm looking at I wanted a van, but they want $200,000 for a van now. For a van, or you get one of the really, really tiny ones. I think they might be like $100,000 for a van. But if I'm going to pay, a good amount, then I'm going to get a Class C with more room. I don't know, but I do want my RV. I want one so bad. I want out of the house. I want to be a nomad. Where's Retta? Retta's anywhere. I could be anywhere in the world, anywhere in the United States, and just be out. But that's it. All right, everybody. Love you all. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. I will see you later. I don't know when the next time I'll do a read-in. I know I want to relook at the Carrie Lake and see what's going on, because it showed that she was going to win, but it also showed that Katie Hobbs was going to win. So I didn't understand what was going on. So that's just telling me some shenanigans is going on. So I want to look at that. Then I want to look at the Senate, because it wasn't clear about the Senate. It just told me shenanigans. So I want to look at that again. So look for me to see that. And love you all. See you guys later. Have a good Saturday. Bye.